Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to another Transport Fever at the races. It is the turn of the diesels, and yes, as you can see, things are slightly different. There is a 7th train, the Alco. Now, our original contender's goal will obviously be to win, but they're also going to try and beat the Alco. Each train that beats the Alco will get 10 extra points, plus the points they earned for their place or position. Now, the Alco is the fastest diesel that I could find in-game and sort of through the Steam Workshop and TransportFever.net. I couldn't find a sort of faster diesel. So it'll be interesting to see if these guys can beat it. Now, it is older, and I did run a test. The first test I did was without the power boosted section, and it was very, very, very slow. I think throughout the whole race the fastest it got up to was like 75. So this is a rerun with the power boosted section. Its power rating is mediocre, but every other train has a power rating of mediocre. It does have slightly more weight carrying the power boosted section, but also it gets more power. 4,568 horsepower. Now if we compare it to something like our British train, which has 3,739, now it's 808 tons, this is only 642. This is the oldest train of all the diesels, and this is pretty old as well. But we'll see, it's the oldest, it's supposed to be the fastest, but we'll have to have a look and see what actually happens. So they are all ready to rock and roll. So without further ado, in 3, 2, 1 and go. Let's listen for the horns. There they are. Right, let's jump on board with our Alco, who is taking the lead, as opposed to last time where it was failing miserably. And it's kind of failing miserably again. So a few trains may beat it. We'll have to wait and see. Now it does have that top speed of 117, whether it'll be able to reach that or not, who actually knows. Now our Chinese train is out in front now, so we'll pop him there. Our American train with the Salute Our Veterans livery is second. The Alco is now in 4th. Let's jump back on board with the Alco. Germany is there, Great Britain there, and France is there. There it is. Excellent. Now again, our British train, the slowest of the bunch, it only has a top speed of 95. It's staying above the French train. It looks to be catching the Alco, who seems to be struggling a bit with its top end. Let's look at the German train, because the German train is at 56, the Alco is at 50. Ooh, it's slightly faster. Now where is the first turn? Quite a fair bit away till they get to Leipzig. I want to see what their top speeds actually are before they hit the first turn. Now our Chinese train is way out in front, so it's doing pretty well, and it's probably going to beat the Alco. And now the Alco seems to be coming into its own again. Is it 66, 67? The British train and German train are just creeping up in it, and no more. Whether they'll be able to beat it or no will be a different story, but it could be 10 extra points for these three. I would say definitely the Chinese, American and Russian train. Oh, failed bit of track there. The Chinese train is out the other side, so let's have a look. It got up to 80 and then it had to slow down. Ooh. Now there are other fast sections on the track, so we'll see if any of them actually reach top speed. Now some of it is uphill, some of it is downhill, there are corners, as you've probably seen during the Steam race, but it looked like the Steam trains would have done better than the diesels. for some reason. Let's look at our USA train. There it is. Americans, railroads, salutes our veterans. Pretty cool livery that. There's our Russian, the TEP 150. It's doing okay. In fact, is it? Are you catching? You're at 78. The American train's only at 76. And it looks like the German train is ahead of the Alco. Huh. Well done, Germany. Germany moves up there to 4th. So they're getting back up to speed. That's them back up to 80. Now our British train is at 82. Alco's at 82. 83, 83. It's just ahead. Will it be able to catch it though? I don't actually know. If they get up to 95 or above, the Alco will start to beat the intercity class 47 here. So will the French train. It was only just slightly behind, it's only 1 mile per hour behind the two trains in front. It's not that bad. Where's our Chinese train? Our USA train is fending off the Russian train. Ooh, you slowed down desperate. Ah, large corner. Okay, we're at Erfurt. Looks like the Russian train's going to pass the American train, is it? Oh yes, most definitely. Around it goes. It's actually starting to catch up with the Chinese train as well. Looks like the acceleration of the Russian train at a sort of decent speed is sort of better to get to its top end speed. The Chinese and American train were sort of good from 0 to where they are now, but the Russian train is away. Or is it just staying above the Chinese train? Just in front. Now I do believe they're heading to Kessel. Or Kassel. Yes, they are. And the Russian train is in front. So let's move you there. Or is it? It's a sort of dead heat between the Chinese train and the Russian train. Although the Chinese train now is up to 84. Yep, looks like Russia's second. Where is the Alco? Still staying in front of the British train. The French train has sort of closed the gap. It's at 81 miles per hour. Our British train is at 80 and our Alco is at 80. Come on, British train, get up there. It's now down to 79. I think it struggled with that hill there and the others didn't. Now they should be slowing down now. They're up to 93 for this corner and 90. If they hit 95, it's over for the British train, who is now in fact last. Is it last? Let's have a look. You're just in front of that French train now. It is up to 87. The Chinese train got up to 96, but there's a large hill to climb presently, so we'll see how they deal with that. The British train's up 1 mile per hour ahead of the Alco. Is the Russian train actually winning? 92, 93. No, it looks like the Chinese train's still quite a fair bit in front now. Come on, buddy. Up the hill. Come on. Come on. 87, 88. The French train slowed down to 87. The Alco is struggling to get up this hill. But it is downhill after this, I do believe, as they head into Dortmund. Yeah, been there. Been to Dortmund. Also, yeah, been to Dusseldorf and Dortmund. Very nice places. If you ever get the chance to go there, you absolutely should. Right, Alco is at 95, 96. It's pulling away. Damn it. How are these two idiots getting on? 100 miles per hour, that's bad. Ooh, everything's at 100. That's very bad. Our British train should now be in last, emerging from this tunnel. It is. Oh dear. Although they do creep down below. This Chinese train is below 95. Where is it? Over there. This Russian train managed to take that corner at 100 miles per hour. Everything else is slowing down. British train is staying at 95. Ah, shame. Poor guy. He fought valiantly. Right, so our British train is now in last. Everybody else is maintaining a sort of speed of roughly 100 miles per hour. Few at 99. Let's jump on board with the German. Are you catching anyone? No, but our Russian train is still there. Where are they? Right, now this is a fast section, so I would expect the British train to fall by the wayside here. Yep, the other two, the Alco and the French train, are sort of taking off. Now the Alco is at 103. It can do 117. And it looks like it's starting to catch the German train. Our Russian train has only a top speed of 100, and our Chinese train is at its top speed of 106. Our American train is almost at its top speed of 110. The Alco's at 108. Ooh. The Alco needed this fast section. How long is there to go? Still quite a while. They won't slow down till they hit this kink here. So let's keep an eye on the Alco. It's now at 110. It's not going to 111. There it is, 111. It's now the fastest train on the track. And our American train took that first corner at 110. It's slowing down there. The Alco now at 115. 16 and slowing down. It managed to catch the Russian train though. Ooh, so these unfortunates were beaten by the Alco's top speed. Now I believe there's not much hope for our British train. It will go slightly faster around this corner. Ooh, there's a crazy kink in the track here. Something that you don't notice until they've got all these carriages. Away it goes. It is starting to catch the French train. It's up to 81. It may actually be okay. We'll have to wait and see. They're only about halfway around the race. They are going downhill now. Though. The Alco's time to shine. 85. 86. Our Chinese train still out in front. Although the American train did gain upon it slightly. Jump on with Benjamin Jackson. Hello, Benji. Transport Fever 2021. I've never noticed that before. I didn't even realise they had number plates. There's the Alco. There's the German train. French train in the back there. British train there. Okay. Ah, crap. I forgot that it does this. Okay. China. Russia is in third now. USA is in second. France is there. You are there. Are you starting to catch the Alco? You are, slightly. So our German train may still get 10 points here. Now where are we? We're at Stuttgart. Round past here, past Freiburg, Konstanz, and then they'll be at the finish line. Yeah, where are they? Stuttgart. Yep. Chinese trains away. I don't think anything will beat that now. Look at the plume of smoke coming from the Alco. Not exactly the most environmentally friendly train. Now our German train's going to top out at 100. This thing maybe will keep going. The Chinese train is at 104 and the American train is at 101. Our British train unfortunately is topped out at 95. So he's way in the back now. Right, our Russian train is here. Alco's doing 100. They all slowed down for that corner. There's the Chinese train out in front. Can we see the British train? It's there. So there's not too much of a distance actually separating them. Our New Mexico, I think this is Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe. Oh, can't actually see it. Right, let's zoom in here. I'm sure it has that on it somewhere. New Mexico. No, it doesn't. Oh well. Still pretty cool though. This is the standard in-game Alco. There were lots others from the Steam Workshop to choose from, but I thought we'd go with the standard one. I like it with the red and yellow and the sort of just chrome finish. Although it'd be a very dirty chrome finish. I'm sure it used to say Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe in the front. The ATSF. Maybe they changed that. Oh well. Right, Germany, where are you? You are sort of catching the Alco. Where is China? You're coming round past Freiburg. Through the tunnel up to Constance. Now there is a slow section up here. That may change some things. Come on, little intercity, you can do it. Catch our French train here. Who is actually now catching up on the German train? Is it? Let's have a look. No, it seems to be holding steady. Quite a cool livery here for this as well. En voyage. Right, they're in the tunnel. British train is not in the tunnel. We'll follow it for a while. I love these tartan seats. China is way out in front. This is a nice area. The water and things. I do love the water in Transport Fever. It's very nice. Right. Landslide. Crash. Oh. Clipping and glitching. I tried to do my best while creating this track to sort of stop any of that. Wow. Where would this city grow if you were playing this map? Out that way? That's pretty cool actually. I like that. Right on the sort of peninsula. Into the lake. Obviously not the sea. Oh my god, our Russian train is in second. And it's starting to catch our Chinese train. I never noticed that. Our Alco's back up to 102. Is the Alco catching the American train? It actually is. 105. They all slow down to about 76, 75 for this one. Except from the Russian train who had to slow down to 71. Now, the train on the outside goes faster, 76, against the train in the inside who has to go slower because it's a tighter corner. But the train on the inside has less distance to cover, and the train on the outside has more distance to cover. It's physics. Physics, people. So they both work out about the same, really. Where are we going? Ooh, up to the finish line. There's a long straight here. There's the signals. Let's have a look at the USA train, who did maintain second for most of the race, or some of the race at least. It could lose out to the Alco. If it loses out to the Alco, it could be in danger. Danger. Will Robinson. The Alco is there though. It's doing 82. The USA train should be fine. How's our British train looking? Ah, shame. It did well at the start. Just fell by the wayside. The Alco is still beating the German train, so no extra points for them. Uh-oh, USA train could be in trouble. Where is the finish line? Down here. Alco's at 82. The Russian train had the higher top speed there, but the Chinese train had the shorter distance to cover. Who's actually winning? Where's the finish line? Uh-oh, we're approaching the finish line very quickly. Right, could be a photo finish here. We're going to go with this signal here. This signal here is going to be the finish line. They should, I can hear them. Oh yes, the Russian train won. I think that's the first time the Russian train has actually won. There it goes. Chinese train in second. USA managed to fend off the Alco to get 10 extra points. Our German train should be in fourth, yep. French train in fifth. And way behind, stop you. I'll actually let them turn. There's our British train. Here he goes, last but not least. Uh-oh. Now, let him turn round. Boom. So there we have it. So, a few trains managed to beat the Alco, the Russian train, American train, and Chinese train. The other three failed. Unfortunately, they did do quite well. Now, in the last first race I did this, just the Alco on its own, and it did actually finish last. It was very terrible, just the carb section on its own, without the power boosted section. Even with the power boosted section, it still struggled to beat some of the other trains, even with that higher top speed. But there you have it. We shall move on to the results page, and that'll be the end of the diesel first race. Now I've got something interesting planned for the second race, so stay tuned for that. That'll be up tomorrow. But now let's go to the result page and see how the 10 extra points benefited the first three trains. So after race 1, our Russian train took the lead and got the win there. It got 16 points because it also bet the Alco, and it got 6 points for finishing first. China as well, finishing second, beating the Alco, getting 15 points. The USA getting 14 points in third for also beating the Alco. And our three last trains didn't beat the Alco, so our Germany, France and Britain just get their standard points, which they kind of needed. So, but there it is. There's the extra bonus points for beating the Alco. Let's head to the championship table and see where they stand after this race. So here is the championship table after race 1. The Chinese way out in front with 119 points. It looks like they can't be stopped, but we'll just have to wait and see. USA look like they've probably secured their second place as well with 102. Russia in third with 73. Those 16 points really did help them move away from the Germans there, who are fourth with 57. France with 50, and Britain with a measly 29 points. So that's it for race 1. Race 2, there will be something special for that, something a bit different for that as well. That is up next, but as always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then hit that subscribe button. I've been Danny Boy, this has been Transport Fever at the races from Germany, and I will catch you later.